Hi, class. Professor Frank here. Welcome to the week two announcement. I'm outside a very popular and well known coffee establishment, and I don't even have to give you the name because you probably already know. And this is intentional. First off, let's talk about week one a little bit. It was great meeting everybody and your introductions, and also how we dove into some basics around organizational communications. And one of the big things was the competencies required to be a good communicator. And a lot of you identified somebody who you felt was very good at that. And that's good that you can identify it because that means you can also model it as well. The other thing we had was the case study with Jane, and I'm sure many of you have had similar situations where the messaging was just not clear, it wasn't understandable, and there's a lot of confusion around it. And hopefully, the things you learn in this class will help you with that. It's still a very difficult thing to have absolute perfect communication, but it's good to kind of know what the targets are. So this is week two, and I chose to be outside of this establishment for one reason, and that is because it's a great example of where large organizations can be successful if you use the same messaging. Now, I want you to think without me giving it away, but when you look at the topics we'll be discussing in week two, include interpersonal and intrapersonal communications, as well as diversity and inclusion. You have to take a look at these organizations and ask yourself, how do they make it work? How can an establishment with 30,000 locations throughout the world make everything operate the same way no matter what store you go into, unless it's a store in another country and you can't speak the language? But that being said, you pretty much can still order what you want. All right. And I think companies that understand how to do this, and it takes a lot of work, that they understand how to do this, they will be successful. And while there's a lot to this, I hope that from the basics around interpersonal, and diversity, that you're able to take away how you manage some of those things in order to be successful within the organization. And it's not just it's all the other employees, it's the management, it's the leadership, it's the workers at the field level, all of those things. So I hope you enjoyed this course. And one other, or this week, one other thing, make sure and look ahead to future assignments. You're going to have to do something called a video thread in this class. I want you to understand how to do that. And there's also a case study that you have to identify this week in this week, and you'll be applying it to a future assignment. Okay. If you have any questions, give me a call. Looking forward to week two and having discussions with everybody. Thank you.